Remote virtual inspections, we believe, have a huge future. When you think about preparing for the next pandemic or the next lockdown or the next disaster, we all know there's a fairly regular fire season, hurricane season, flood season, and so forth. And there's a need for this type of thing to happen. So when we talk about the future, and a change that happened obviously with COVID was that it really changed the way that inspectors and other professionals get out to properties, the perception of the consumer or the homeowner to let people into their properties. And when you combine that fear of what happened with the pandemic, with natural disasters, with things like fires or earthquakes or floods, hurricane damage, hail, you need to get people out to properties to do inspections for everything from lost draft insurance to just home inspection needs for repairs. And having that inability of people to connect in real time, especially when things like lockdown existed or when people are afraid to go anywhere, can be a real crippling event for the industry. So we at Incenter this year in 2021 have introduced remote virtual inspections. This is our take on the process. It's a bit more unique in that we don't put an app in the hands of the homeowner and make them take a bunch of pictures and then send those back into the inspection network to make assumptions and use those pictures. What we decided would be a better approach would be to have the inspector be able to be virtually at the property as if they were there through the mobile device of the customer. So how it works in a nutshell is we send a text message out to the homeowner or the tenant or whoever's at the property. They click the link on their phone, which launches their browser and puts them right into the mobile virtual inspection environment. They hit one more button to allow access to their phone and their location for our inspector, and then that's it. They are now connected. Very similar to a FaceTime or a Zoom call. They are completely connected and they're able to now talk to each other. And then our homeowner at that point becomes a human tripod, literally holding their camera, talking with our inspector, walking around the home and pointing it where the inspector wants it to be pointed. When the inspector sees through the camera and sees the picture they want to see, they can take the picture virtually from where they are, they can mark it up, they can label it, and they can do anything else that they need to it. And using this technique, homeowners and inspectors are able to generate these types of inspections in record time. Instead of taking days or even weeks to get out to a property, they can connect with a virtual session like this within hours. And we've been seeing an average of less than 24 hours, for example, for disaster inspections that are being done, simply because the homeowner always has a cell phone. Even if the power is out or there's no power at the house or the internet is off, if they're standing there with a phone, we can do an inspection, and we can do one very, very quickly. So the remote virtual inspection, we think, is not only here to stay, we think it's going to have implications in many other parts of the industry that we serve, and we're looking forward to driving that into the market. You're going to see a big, strong commitment from Incenter to do that and to provide this tool to lenders around the country.